hot. Yeah. So make your temperature rise. Take you back to the fever. Yeah. It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not the fever. It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not.
The following occurred.
Now with the B-I-double-L bill, we build upon territories, placing flags on terrains. Nas said it was yours to snatch the world back from Wayne. We did. Universally sparked the lid. Now these ladies love how we live. Got 'em caught. Shit, you already known, looking so fly. That the dog would play spider web you up. And lies in here. Sucker cats don't try to steer near this. Wish you could bring it this way. Compliments of Wonder Why and my nigga David J.
See the do re mi fa sol la menu reach to devour the stage, pull the guts out the venue. Shut up with your face, no need to continue. I've been there, done that, received it, won that, yo stun that. I tag you like toes, sun froze. Keep my shit in the harvest like Farmer John grows crops. Hops, you'll need the whole ceiling to tops. I saw like Empire set your liquids to fire. Bim blam, set a flame to your fanny. Davis, the surname like Davis to Sammy. A Grammy, my concerns is to earn for little age. Next time, next rhyme, next page.
It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not the fever. It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not the fever. Now put your hand on your hip. Put your hand on your hip. And let your backbone slip. Let your backbone slip. And put your hand up on your hip. Put your hand up on your hip. And let your backbone slip for the fever.
Hey, ladies and gents, reintroducing to you. Shooting shit like hot asses after sipping bean stew. Super fab, come to visit your zoo. Peace to my homewood niggas and my man Tofu.
I fell in love.
But I'ma do the evil that men do. Get some ass on the side until my lovin' shine through. Pull a cigar with crew, lean back and let it soak. You holding on to my $12 smoke, man.
It was Mace who laced the beat from up out the earth, leaving brothers hypnotized like Bootney Farnsworth. But I'm hip with no ties to that. Clap to the break of dawn, dada. Wonder why I sets it hotter than hot. Why not me? My steeds got niggas on the dick. They wanna join the clique. I hope that ass get a record deal so they can feel how I feel. To overstand that ring, how you do is real.
Man, you must be from Italy, cause all you do is wrong. Microphone to microphone, looking for home. I ride upon to make the publishers flock upon cock. Shining on stage so I don't need a spotlight. Shit be tight like Tupperware, Supperware, drawers and socks. I'm sipping on great pop.
And yo, scratch the pork chops, cause nothing here drops.
We going up. It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not the fever. It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not the fever. It's in the back, y'all. It's on the wall, y'all. It's in your head, but it's not the fever. It's the fever.
What is up? What is up, everybody? Oh my goodness. Look at all these people in here watching. Mr. Kelly. To what I was saying, when I see a young man or young lady who is highly motivated in doing what they're doing, you know, I really take notice to that for sure. So we have in our rock bouncing family, we have a young man who is hard charging. He's motivated. He's freaking fearless. Some of the hills that this young man is hitting are nuts. I mean, grown men are shaking in their boots climbing some of these hills. So that is one of the motivating factors of why I wanted to bring Mr. Cash LeCroy onto the show with us today. And coming in all the way from Alabama, Mr. Cash LeCroy. Say what's up, man.
What's up?
Yeah. Hey, tell me who you got with us there. One of those guys looked familiar. He was on here like an hour ago.
We got Jonathan Banks.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Stephen Frazier.
What's up?
Bubba.
Yeah.
How's it going,
Bubba.
guys?
Yeah, that's right.
AKA
That's-
Bubba.
AKA Bubba. All right, Bubba, you were out to the you were out at King of the Hammers, brother. You raced at King of the Hammers with me.
Dude, we had a blast. That's what we were just sitting here talking about. I sure did. And that's really my only affiliation so far with the sport. But, yeah, man, we had a good time, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yep. Glenn Cook, thanks for joining us, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beck, we just had you on. We did a special for the race series managers. You know what? To me, it's an honor to be called a race series manager. I'm sure you feel the same way. We were talking about how putting these races on and the joy you get from all these guys having a good time. Again,
Yeah.
Great work with Nitty Gritty, and that series is going to grow fast, very fast. So I'm excited.
I think so. We got a lot of interest coming into the game, and with us putting everything up like we are, and really promoting it out like we are right now, it's getting. And not to mention, I think everybody being stuck at home is kind of helping us a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It'd be nice to be out on the hills and be together as a group, but at the same time, if we're going to be stuck at home, we might as well be doing something where we can all still see each other and
Heck
hang
yeah.
out, promote the sport, and
Yep.
get everybody's interest going.
Absolutely. Anthony Garcia says, "Dang, hell of a setup, Cash." Hell yeah, man. That's why I told you this episode was going to be epic. Don't miss it. Please try and share this for us. Noel Giles watching from Austin, Texas. All right, so Cash, man, look, Cash is getting involved in every facet of rock bouncing. He started out in the side-by-sides. There is a bouncer in the making, a very popular, a very nasty rock bouncer in Stand Back, which is also a TC chassis. Man, and now he's building RC chassis. He's got like 3 or 4 under his belt now. So when I told you that I take notice to young men who are hard charging like that, this is what I'm talking about. So Cash, let me hand it over to you, brother. You deserve the spotlight, man. What's up?
Well, quarantine. I've been kind of loving it here lately.
Well, yeah, because you're not in.
I've been out of school.
Hell yeah, man. Shoot.
I'll tell you, he's lived at his daddy's shop. I know that.
Heck yeah. I just bring a cot in and sleep right by next to the welder.
He pretty much does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. That's what I do, man. Heck yeah. Absolutely. So we got a picture of your latest race chassis up on the screen there. I'll try to make it a little bigger if y'all. Let's talk about this for a minute. You raced this at the initial or the first ever Nitty Gritty race. How'd you do?
Well, I'm not that good at racing, but I can go out there and practice and just kill it. So I didn't do too good in the race on the first 2 hills, but
Come through on the
I
bounty hill,
somehow won the bounty hill.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. as long as there's a cash prize, no?
That's right.
That's right. Hey, but listen.
We can set the plot for next race.
Oh, good. Hey, that's all right. That's very selfless of you, Cash. Hey, but you talk about practicing, man. That you got like a mountain. Is that a mountain behind you? I mean, dude.
We run the RC cars on the real hill.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, and y'all stay tuned because we might get to see some of these machines on that hill.
Nick, I'm gonna take you over here and show you some of these hills right quick.
Yeah.
Cash has been out
hang
here
on,
working.
Let me get this picture off the screen here.
All right.
All right.
Cash has been working the past couple of days over here. He's got his work boots on today. Him and Beck both. I think Beck's got his Beck brought his little excavator over here, and
yeah.
they're gonna get this thing ready for the next nitty gritty race. But Cash, walk up there and show them how big that hill is. Really.
This is the hill that we're going to be racing on the 25th. This is the hills that we're starting our stuff on right here. This is
right here.
Look at that.
we're thinking about cutting some knockout hills up it.
Yep.
We're going to put multiple hills down through here.
Look at that.
We got plenty of room to work with here.
Hey, would you say what do you think that is, John? Like 20, 50 feet? How tall?
No, it's about 30, 35.
Okay. Hey, the reason why I ask is because Curtis Hazard, look at that. Look at Cash up there, man. We're going to be climbing that sucker. Hey,
these are the hills. These are the hills that Cash has kind of grown up on as a racer. You know, and comes out here and practices with his razor buggies and stuff. But I mean, I want to stand back here and you can see with these guys standing over here.
Look at that.
How impressive they are, and what's cool about it is, man, the RC cars will actually go up this.
Yep.
I came out here the other day. Cash was working on it. I was like, man, I don't know if it's wasting your time or if these things really go. But, he'll come out here and run a little bit, come in and put an axle pin in or wheel come loose or something, and he's got it dialed in, and he's gonna get them just right for this next nitty gritty race. I told him, I said, I don't think it'd be fair if you race, but you might get the demo and show everybody, you know, where to go, what to do, and give these other guys opportunity to do something over here, because it's going to be really neat and great opportunity for people to come show out and show off their RC cars.
Heck yeah. Justin Hoback says I'm coming down to pre-run.
Come on, baby. We're ready.
Absolutely. Jake Scobie, thanks for joining us. Alex Crouch. Alex Crouch.
You were talking about a minute ago, Nick, Cash starting out racing and stuff, and Cash is pretty much living my childhood dream. I didn't have the opportunities he had.
He's living all of ours now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's doing a good job at it, too.
It's one thing to have opportunity, but it's another thing to actually go through with, you know, the things that he does. And, man, I tell you, he is a special kid, and I'm not just saying it because he's my son, but, I mean, these guys he's sitting with are his buddies. I mean,
everybody knows that. Yeah.
They all hang out with him, and he can relate to them, but going back to, you know, him getting started out, this right here was his little, y'all remember this buggy?
I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the first buggy that everybody saw Cash in. That was his little Polaris Razor 800. That's a 2013. Now his little brother, Cruz, is moved into that ride. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Cruz is a little camera shy, and this is Cruz's RC. Cash is built for him. This is actually a Emery Works chassis.
Okay.
And we got a couple Emery Works chassis over here. We got it, and is that Emery Works there?
It is, yeah.
This is Stevens here. This is the Emery Works Showtime, and then
that looks familiar.
You know, this is Dragon Slayer.
It
Hoback's
is.
gonna have to jump in here and help me out on who
Hoback, who built that one for us.
Yeah.
But that's probably, that car right there gets more attention than anything.
Oh yeah,
that
definitely.
we and us been out at King of the Hammers. Look who's on the top of it. How cool is that, Waylon?
Yeah, that's what.
So, and then of course you got Cassius here, and then we got another Emery Works chassis.
Yep.
Then back, that's back. So
that's the nitty gritty. That's the nitty gritty bomber.
Yep.
And that's your newest edition here.
This is the one I just picked up. This is a Hoback chassis. This is fixing to get a makeover, and it's going to get redone, and it's going to get back on the scene. And also, Hoback just told me that he's shipping me he just shipped the Hoback
skid plate
bouncer. No, the bacon bouncer.
Yeah, the big block bouncer.
Oh, really? Yeah. So it's
the big
going to
block
be back
bouncer.
to the scene also.
Yeah. So
but back to Cash there for a minute. We daggum, built him this buggy here in the shop behind us. I think it took us 12 days to build that. In 12 days, he was out riding out of that buggy.
Yes, sir.
And then we Austin Pruitt's off road, and ORB built this lower here, and then we took it to Austin Pruitt. He built this. This is the dismissed buggy. This is what everybody probably knows Cash in. I've tried to get Cash to. I asked him. I said, "Hey, do you want to get a new buggy this year and let's freshen up, whatever?" Man, he is in love with this buggy. People tried to buy this buggy. It currently, right now, if y'all remember from King of the Hammers, has a look at the cage how it leans to the side.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, it just.
I was at the top of the hill when that happened, man.
Yeah.
It was nasty, yeah.
He had a great run going, and hey, had an unfortunate bounce.
Yep.
And now this car here, everybody's been asking what this car is for. This car is for a survival series.
Yeah.
Pro Rock Survival Series. Jonathan Shepard, Skinny Pedal Fab, man. Yep. They moved down here for about 9 or 10 months, and just seeing if they wanted to take on the big move here from Gunnersville to North Carolina. And I don't think that they're from a big city, and I think they were more of a big city life and didn't like the small town as much. But hey, it all worked out for them. It worked out for us. He came, built this chassis in-house, and, man, it is a really sweet ride. And we've had one race this season, and Cash has been getting some seat time. We've been going and riding with Brandon Davis.
I know. Davis. That is badass.
And that's another guy. We're actually Cash is going to be building Brandon a chassis for his bomber.
Heck yeah.
We'll get Brandon Davis in here. He actually came by the nitty-gritty race.
At the race.
It was actually it was right down the road from his one of his homes.
Awesome.
But Cheryl called him in and made him come home. So y'all know how that works.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yep. Kobe Johnson, John Beck is the coolest dude to hang out with. Glad to see him doing rock bouncing. I agree. Yeah, Mr. Beck is a bad dude.
Sure.
Tony Miller, thanks for joining. Mr. Watt, Mr. Bouncer Life in the house. Jake Pike in the house. Thank you guys so much for watching with us. Hey, so we're hanging out with Cash LeCroy, Bubba, Mr. Beck.
Yes, sir.
Anthony Garcia says, I knew Davis would be getting involved in the RCs. From the first race, Cash raced the stand back RC bouncer. From the first race, Brandon Davis, you could tell he was interested. There is an awesome picture of Cash and Timmy watching the first RC race.
Was it Texas, wasn't it?
In Texas, yes, sir. Yep, that was
first race. I remember that picture well.
Yep.
That was not this past year. I guess it was
It was last year. It was the first ever race that we had. Yeah.
I guess that's when we first met you, Nick.
Yes, sir. Yep.
When they're talking about the now.
Yep. Justin Browder's watching with us.
It is. I mean, he's talking 2 years ago.
Command team member.
This was unexistent.
I tell you something that we've noticed, Nick, that we were talking about a while ago. You know, we're constantly trying to post videos for Cash to boost his popularity and stuff, and help him with his sponsors and everything. And one thing that we've noticed, man, this RC stuff is really taking off.
Yeah.
Anytime we do any kind of videos or anything of RC, man, it gets
more than the race.
Yeah, it gets more than raising rock bouncing and stuff. So that excites us. I know it's exciting for y'all too. I guess it's just a lot easier for people to get involved, you know.
Cheaper, yeah.
And use your creativity and stuff. So
yep.
It's something that I encourage a lot of people to do and get in. I mean, man, you go buy your bomber chassis for how much, Nick? How much was the bomber chassis?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you want to get, but I bought one for $75. Just the
chassis.
There
you go. I mean,
you know?
I mean, what won at King of the Hammers, and that was incredible.
Basically a bomber. It
was a bomber.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. Mr. Wright, yeah, he's an amazing driver. Yeah, he's a great driver. Let's see, Chastity Heckley, thank you for watching. Colby Johnson, need to get Bobby to pull that Screaming Blue bouncer out. I built and compete with you guys. Yeah, so, yeah, no, Bobby's already talked about getting a bouncer built for sure. So, talk to him about that at Windrock. Yeah. So, Cash, tell me, you know, we hung out at Texas. That was where we first met. You had the stand back RC bouncer. You know, what made you put forth the effort that you're putting into building these chassis now? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Just the fabrication part? Like, do you think you build a 1-to-1 bouncer sometime?
Well, I just thought about building them one day, and I thought that I could do it because one day when my dad was gone, he was off at the beach somewhere, and
It wouldn't have been work.
I went to the shop, and I felt like I could build one, so I got some rods, but it was too small, but I just wanted to try it. It didn't turn out too good because I didn't know I could really bend it with a vise. So, a week rolls by, and I go and get the right stuff I need, and I went and built one, and I bent it with a vise, and it didn't turn out too bad.
In the beginning, I think we overcomplicated it for him. We got him a nice hand vise and ended up putting a little Wilson bullet vise mounted on his table in there, man, and he just went to town. He figured out how to TIG weld all this on his own. He just stayed after it.
And like Bob was saying, I mean, what's crazy is that I was gone, and I've got cameras in my shop. I look at my shop, man, I see this flash on the screen. I was like, what in the heck is he doing, man?
Yeah.
And I think Bubba was actually in town and came over here and checked on him, and man, that little son gun done got the welder out. Of course, he didn't know how to set it or anything.
He figured it out.
But, yeah, I mean, he was actually making progress, and Bubba came over, helped him, and steered him in the right direction. I come home, man, my kids building RC cars. I'm like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, John. And that's why I wanted Cash on the show, because there's not a lot of kids his age that are out doing this right now. So we need for other kids who are getting into this to see this and know that they can do it too. You know what I mean?
I mean, heck, Cruz was what was the? I guess Cruz was 3 at your first race in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You remember that?
Yep, absolutely.
And did great. And I mean, that just goes to show that anybody can do it. You know?
Absolutely. Let's see. Justin Hoback says Screaming Blue is on his bench getting an overhaul. So that might answer your question there, Colby. Travis Vance is watching. You know, we had Travis Vance on the Chassis Builders episode. If you guys haven't seen that, man, please go check it out. Travis has a tubing bender that he offers that bends 2 tubes at once. So you get the same bend to match on left and right. So that's something.
Hey, Nick, what's the cost? What's Travis's cost on that bender there? I mean, is it $150? I mean, that's very reasonable. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, you think about a 1-to-1 bender. Even you're gonna spend $1,000.
Well, the most challenging part of the bending that I see for Cash is trying to get the tubings to be the same.
Duplicating it, yeah.
You know, I mean, what you do on one side, you got to do on the other side.
Yeah.
So if he's got a bender like that, wow.
The ones that we got to do one bend on, that's the easiest.
If I know Cash, he'll build his own bender for
Well, okay, so
he won't buy one. He'll be trying to build a bender.
Well, if you watch that episode, Travis talks about how he built the benders. So I mean, check it out, man, and yeah, you can definitely probably order it yourself and bend it yourself. Travis says 150 shipped. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
And I'll
That's
tell you,
gonna be my next one.
I don't know if y'all noticed this little deal set up here. This is one that Cash was working on the other day.
Yep.
Jig.
That's actually a little jig that he and I kind of put together ourselves, and he was actually taking when I came back, he was taking a actual RC car and welding to the plastic chassis.
I think he melted the chassis on the RC car.
Hey, Nick, not just one, but 2. And one of those 2 was mine. And I kind of got upset considering Randy Slauson signed the top of it.
No. Oh, no. That's
so,
terrible.
hey, we came up with this little deal. We're a Bomber fan. You know,
Okay.
I mean, we love them. I just think that they work great. Cash thinks they work great. He actually changes his shock setup just a tad on the front of his.
I think I'm gonna get some softer shocks for it too.
Okay.
So look still.
Yep, absolutely.
But we built this jig, and he just wants to start building some of these cars or some of these little chassis and put them out there and get more people involved.
Exactly. Well, and that's honestly, again, if you go back and watch that Chassis Builders episode, that's what they all want to do, man. Travis was selling chassis for like $150, I think, shipped.
Right.
Even powder coated. So
he does some great work too.
He does, yeah. So it's guys like Cash, Travis that are the Hobacks that are pushing these chassis out, and that's how the sport's going to grow, for sure.
That's right.
Absolutely. Dustin Olson, thank you for watching, sir. Kevin says, what's the cost for a RC average package? Oh, boy. I mean...
Well, that could vary. I mean, if you go straight to a bomber, a ready-to-run bomber is what, $299?
You're gonna be $400, $450 in one. If you go buy a brand new bomber and just start modifying, you're gonna be $450.
Easy battery and charger. I mean, easily. So,
but I mean,
I think you need a motor though.
But as far as the basics though, I mean, if you go get a bomber, man, you can take it out there and compete.
Stock bomber with the kit version with the stock bomber with the and sway bar. As long as you got a sway bar on a stock bomber, hands down, you're in a competitive class already.
Yep, I agree. Absolutely. Curtis Hazard, thank you for tuning in, sir. The master hill builder up there in New Hampshire, running the King of the Mountain RC Bouncer Race Series. If you guys aren't part of his group, man, please go join. They're getting ready to start their season off. All the snow is melting, thank goodness. Yes, good morning, Mr. Hazard. Curtis, we're talking to Cash LeCroy here today. I know that you follow Cash. Curtis was actually at finals, so he got to see Cash in action.
He built some nice hills.
He does, man. Hey, and we're all going up there in June. I really, unless they got us actually locked down and we can't travel or something, I'm going up there no matter what.
Now, where is he at?
Up in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Near Lincoln. Lincoln is probably one of the bigger towns in that area.
That's a lot closer than Johnson Valley.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, no lie.
Hey, where's the general at, dog? You got to roll that baby in behind the camera. Yeah. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Battery up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, your travel videos are epic. I love it.
Thank you.
We had a good time making them.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun.
We made some memories for sure.
Oh, definitely, man. And that's what it's all about, y'all. Tell me about that, Cash. What do you think about the culture growing up in it? I mean, you've grown up in it. You've done this since you were what? I saw videos when you were 7, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
It's fun. It's real fun.
Just seeing it grow. What it's evolving into is awesome.
Yep.
I have fun going to these races. Yeah.
Keep a family, keep camaraderie.
Yeah, exactly, man. And
to me, that's what it's all about. I'm new here totally, guys. I mean, like I said, Johnson Valley, King of the Hammers, that was my first encounter with really any of this. And that's what I've noticed. And it's just a awesome group of people, man. Just an awesome family. And that's what interests me. That's why I hang around. What is that?
I hear something coming.
I told y'all this was going to be an epic show, man.
Is that an interception?
Bruce Ludwig, thank you for the general. I was like, what's he talking about? The general. Now I remember. Hey, let's talk about this for a second here. Tell me the story about the general.
Let's get Bob on that one.
Man. So, we literally resurrected the general out of the desert in California. Yeah, it was a group of guys. Trip Pullum was with us, Jonathan Shepard, of course, John LeCroy, myself. My Cash definitely was with us. Who else was out there?
See, there's a pile.
Yeah, man, we had a lot of folks out there. Had a great time, but this thing was sitting in the middle of the desert, and I think the guy just rolled up and had put a for sale sign on it. And it was just like a godsend, We were like, man, you can't have that much fun in the desert for that amount of money. We're buying it. So we ended up buying the General Lee. Had a blast with it out there. Honestly, nobody thought that it would still be running, at the end of the show, and we literally drove that thing home from California.
Oh,
The
my
Right
goodness.
here and documented a lot of
Let
it.
me give a correction. Bubba Frazier was in that thing the whole way home.
Yeah.
I drove a little, Trip drove a little, and man, I'm talking about snow, rain.
We hit it all.
We were coming through. I can't even remember where one time, and they called us, and I didn't see them for a minute.
Hey, I woke up one time and we were sideways on the bridge and Trent was driving and he said, dude, we got to find a rest area now. And at that time, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, man, those truckers, my hat's off to them because at that time in the day or morning, there's not very many places to pull off for those guys. So they got to just keep trucking until they can kind of squeeze in somewhere.
Yep.
That's what we did. And it's not an easy thing to do.
But the funny thing about it is, Nick, is this thing, the rear end is wet. Now, this whole car, if y'all look on the side of that car, it says Baja XL, or what is that?
It's the 4,000 kilometer desert rally and challenge Baja XL 2019.
So there's actually some history behind this car. This car's got we seen it on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
This thing had I don't know what race, some race, 3,200 miles in the desert cross country.
They just taken it from L.A. to Cabo.
So a guy had built this car. The rear end is actually welded.
Yeah, okay.
And even though it's welded, Bubba still got it stuck a couple times out of King of the House. But you got to think about a welded rear end, man. But it's like these RC cars. Both tires are pulling at the back at all times.
Yep.
Right.
So
right.
Trail
What got me?
went ahead and put us a tag on the back that said he took a paint pen and put on there, tag applied for.
He didn't say
But-
applied for it. It said applied for it.
He actually misspelled.
Oh,
Well, it was an
man.
accident.
But hey, y'all know Trip, and we will let him slide on that. So,
Yeah,
but
that
long
was me
story
watching.
short, man, this thing, we'd be trying to, we really didn't think we'd make it across country in it. For one, that it would run the whole way back.
No doubt.
Two, I mean, we'd pull in places, man, to like get fuel and try to sneak in there because we don't have a tag. We had insurance. But that thing, when you pull in a parking lot, it'd be sitting there.
Because the fighter gears was,
Yeah.
you can't turn very
So,
side in it without the,
But, man, I'll tell you, it made it all the way home, and this has kind of been a special piece to us that, we remember King of the Hammers
lot of
2020,
memories there.
Oh,
For sure.
absolutely.
A lot
You
of
and
you
I
guys
both,
saw it out there, and I know the Hobacks, they were all out there with us and
Yep.
part of it, and it's got a special place in our heart. And Cash has done many a donuts in it.
Yeah,
Hey, he's
heck
got
yeah.
a couple hills out here, too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. I would be too.
She'll be back out there for King of the Hammers 2021, right?
There you go.
Okay.
Hey, we had Bouncer Town, man. We gotta get everybody together this year and rally the wagons, if you will, and make a Bouncer Town.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Like the sound of that.
Heck yeah. Curtis Hazard says I actually just came down from the hills, so he's working on the hills today. Colton Hoback, thank you for watching, sir. Mr. Bates, Derek Carnes from up there in Maine. Bub Meadows asked, are y'all entering that in the Gambler 500?
Come back. I didn't hear that.
Are you got Bub says y'all entering that in the Gambler 500?
You never know, bud.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got to give at least some folks a chance. I don't know that we'll be at that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just take care of my arcade machine you're holding, Bub Meadows. I'll be there to get it.
Nice.
I think I bought Mortal Kombat from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Chris Lawson, thank you for watching, sir. Well, all right, guys. So, I hate to say it, man, and I hate to ask, but is there any way we can see y'all on those hills back there? I'm kind of chomping at the bit to get
Dude,
out.
we were waiting on you to ask.
You want to do? Yeah, let's go play, man.
I just brought that
This is
up.
what this is all about. John, do you mind
Just have
filming
to have
for
a
us?
bunch of charged batteries and the remotes, right?
Nick, thank you so much for joining, man. It means a lot. Absolutely. Thank you, Nick.
Nick, I'm already catching heat for pre-running these hills already.
I
know
know,
it.
man. Hey, listen.
I'm
Let 'em-
dirty.
Are you serious?
Hey, I really like that Hoback chassis, John. I really like how the panels.
Hey, Cash,
on it.
why don't you talk about Hobart for a minute and tell him what you got something special for these guys coming?
I don't want to tell you what it is, but me and Hoback have we've been talking a bunch. We've got something in the works, and y'all are gonna see it when it's done, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
hey,
not anything he's gonna be able to race because it's a little too big. But I think Bubba kind of started something out at King of the Hammers when they got what was that one y'all bought, Bubba?
Dragon Slayer. Was it a Dragon
No,
Slayer?
no, I'm talking about the big car.
Was it? What scale is that, Cash?
Like
Fifth
fifth
scale.
scale.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there's something going on with me and Hoback. It's gonna be a fifth scale.
That'll be a bad build.
Yeah, hey, he kind of talked about that on the, he put it out there on the Chassis Builder show. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited Hoback building it for us and everything. I think he's excited too. And hey, these Hobacks, man, they are hardcore into this stuff, and
yeah.
I know they help you out a lot, Nick.
Yep.
We appreciate them and all the time that they spend to do with this sport as well.
Absolutely. I take every opportunity I can to showcase those guys, man. I've given them their own videos and stuff on my channel. Definitely try to. I mean, look at that, man. That is just beautiful. Hey, and here's another thing, John. I don't know if you were there, but they gave me chassis number 13 as a gift.
Oh, really?
As a gift for running the series last year. So I am going to be building a Hoback chassis as well, and y'all are going to follow along with me.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do, like I said on that video, we're gonna sponsor somebody to drive it. It's gonna be like your bomber, how you do it after races. You let people drive it.
Yep. Good. Heck
That's
yeah.
how this one's gonna be.
Heck yeah. Robert Tabor says, absolutely, Bouncertown 2021 is going to be huge this year. Cole Payne, thank you for watching. Jeffro Bodine, always tuning in, Jeffro. Thank you, sir. Abby Marie.
Cole, you remember Cole Payne, don't you, Nick?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's Timmy's right hand man.
Absolutely.
Yep. Cole's been him and Cash pretty tight. Cash put him in a bomber at your first race at Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Cole got fourth. He sure did.
Yep.
So
Cole, got Timmy in here, man. I'm surprised Timmy's watching.
We don't know anybody named Timmy.
Bub Meadows. Bub says it ain't going anywhere, Bubba.
You want to see the line?
Hey, if they can't make it, the general can.
Chevy Wright, thank you for watching, sir. Curtis Hazard. So it's the primal RC monster truck turned into a bouncer. Can't wait to see it, Cash.
I mean, he just made it look pretty easy, but I promise you, he's got practice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Curtis, check this out, man. Hey, so we were talking about hills during the episode for the series managers. Curtis's hills are 50 feet long.
I didn't say that.
Cole, you bring it, buddy. Justin says Timmy is scared of RCs.
Okay. Can y'all see this pretty good?
It's for me. It's a little blurry. Maybe. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely see the hills, man. I mean, they are no joke. Hey, and I think that this is a testament to how far we've come building these machines. From stock rates and even the bombers. Making them much more capable than anything else.
These hills are steep. These hills are real steep.
But I tell you what's funny is Clyde, Joey, I mean, all these guys that put on these races, Outlaw, I think one of the hardest things for a race promoter to do is to choose a hill that something can go up.
Amen.
We think that things can go up hills, and in the end, sometimes it's too easy. I've been at races before and heard guys sit there and talk about, oh man, this is going to be too easy, or this is too hard, this isn't climbable. Then somebody go and one shot it, and next thing you know, they everybody's just following the leader pretty much. So it's really hard to determine what can be done and what can't be done.
Yep.
Yeah,
trust me.
At the same time, it's also impressive what they can do.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, and that's why I pre-run. That's why I make sure that the hill is physically possible to climb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and it may take me 40 times to climb it, but as long as it's climbable, then that's what the hill that I go with. Ryan McCourt, thank you for joining, sir. Up there in Kansas City.
Bags up at the top. He's coming down. You probably can't even see him way up there.
Yeah. So Curtis, if you're still watching, these guys, these hills are right around 30 feet. Seeing a little action right here. I mean, they're definitely climbable, but if you don't know your rig, you're not. You got to know your rig, man. So is this mostly a dirt climb? Would you say? Is there any rocks?
Man, we call this in Alabama, we call this church.
Okay.
But the type of church this is, it's got a lot of traction. As you can see, I mean, this is almost like pretty much like a really hard rock.
Uh-huh.
But this can be busted up at the same time. Like we can come out here and chisel away at the hills and make them, whatever we need them to be. And that's what Cash has been working on here lately.
Okay.
He comes out here and just tries to make it where it's climbable.
Yep. And John's helping too with his little excavator.
Yeah, and he's been actually jumping this lower part.
Yep.
It's harder to climb, unless what's crazy is the tires, man. I mean, wow.
Yep.
It's the same thing as a big bouncer. The tires play a big role in this.
Yep, amen.
I know Jonathan's spent a lot of time cutting tires. There he goes up top. You just saw him.
Yep.
And then I think he's got a left turn up here where you go off camber.
Okay. Yep.
I think he can come back down back. There he goes. Can y'all see him?
Yep. Mr. Trip Pullen's joining us. Cole Payne says, I've always thought the RC hills are awesome. Thank you, sir. Curtis has it. FYI, there are now 10 hills at Hazardous RC Off-Road Park. Badass. That's awesome, Curtis. Can't wait to get up there and hit them hills. Man, I'm loving these hills, y'all.
We try to, or I say we, Cash has tried to make it as real as possible, You can kind of see right here is a little challenging spot.
Yep.
You got to hit it just right or get in the right spot to get over it, and it can be done.
Hey, you know what that reminds me of is Mind Made. Doesn't that kind of remind you of Mind Made a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, up there at the top.
Cole Payne says, when I grow up, I want to be like Cash. Hell yeah, man.
Hey, I think we all do.
Absolutely. Amen. That's doable, though. John, you got that. Hey, I'd say, John, maybe boggers might not be the best choice for that hill. Is that what you're running, cut boggers?
Are you running cut boggers? Yeah, it is.
RC four-wheel drive cut boggers,
Yep.
the sticky, the real thin, sticky ones.
Yeah, that's what I run too. But I'm saying,
Hey, for all y'all that don't know, this is Jonathan Beck right here. That's him.
I've actually got a
The little guy in there.
There's a website you can go to called myself as an action figure or something.com, and you can get your little face, your head made. I've actually got an action figure that is my face that I've had in some of these cars. It's cool. I mean, the scale stuff that you can do with these cars is insane.
it's awesome. Justin
This is
Hoback
like
says, need some
one thing
voodoos.
for me. One thing I do, I've encouraged Cash, which I don't have to encourage him anymore. He's pretty much addicted to this stuff. He, for him to come in here and learn about these cars, and I mean, it's pretty much the same principle as the big cars.
It is. It's just scaled down. Yes, sir.
It's scaled down, and the thing about the big cars is he is little, and he can't hold a lot of the parts, because he's little. So I encourage him to do this, and it's cheaper for me for him to come flip down these hills in an RC car instead of a full-blown chassis,
Yeah, absolutely.
So same principle. I mean, you got to pick your lines. There you go. Jonathan just made it.
He made it once before, but kind of. roll back down.
But y'all kind of see, man. I mean, this is amazing that little car is going up this right now. Here it comes down. Yep. It goes down a lot faster than it goes up.
yeah. But recovery is a lot easier with these.
Oh yeah.
Scott Henson, thank you for joining, sir. Jaron Marston. Justin says you need some voodoos, man. Do we still have Mr. Ottman in the house? We're all patiently waiting for those USD stickies. Ben Hume from Texas RC Rock Racing joining us. Thank you, sir. Had him on the show the other day. Again, if you guys haven't seen the Series Managers episode, it's a good one.
Hey, if y'all wonder how Cash does it, this is it. You see this right here? They run for a little bit, and then work on them for a little bit.
Yep.
So, Bubba, do you know what you're doing?
This is the funnest. This is the best part, though.
Cash is usually Bubba's mechanic here, so
I just lost mine too.
They got a typical sitting like.
What about losing those damn bolts and screws? They're so small. You know,
oh my
you
goodness.
drop them on the ground, and you know, they get lost.
And one thing we have learned is you really need great tools.
You do.
And I don't know what they are. I know we bought several different deals, but I know the holdbacks. I've talked with them, and they told us a couple of things because, you know, a lot of those are Allen heads.
Yes.
And people Loctite, and then they,
yes.
you know, the Allen heads trip, and man, it's just a nightmare. We've learned to get a Dremel and a little heating torch to heat the bolts up if you can, and loosen the Loctite up. But
isn't that the same thing that we do on a 1-to-1? You know, just to your
100%.
point. To your point, you know, like you said, it's just scaled down. It's the same thing. You're building a race car. You really, it's a race machine. That's what it is.
And you know what's crazy? This hill being, I was kind of concerned with this hill being 30 foot tall, and with the RC car. I mean, you think about something 30 feet tall, and for instance, Cassius has plastic axles. I mean, it's got and I don't know about all this stuff. I'm just talking, but the servo. What's the servo you got, Cass? Shift RC? The Shift RC servo and stuff. It was flipping down the other day, and I was sitting there telling my guys, like, man, it's amazing that thing doesn't break, you know?
Yeah.
They can come all the way down this hill here and land and upside down on the side, whatever, and still flip back over and continue up.
That's the great part about this sport, man. It really is. Ben Hume says great tools are key. Absolutely, Ben. You're absolutely right. And we, you know, after the show, we can talk about tools and stuff. You know, I definitely recommend getting precise precision tools, because all this is so important to say. You know, it's so small.
They are.
Awesome.
They exactly are. And I'm not sure. Do they? As far as bolts go,
Chaos has started. It's on now. We broke something, and now it's the video.
See, that's what this video is all about, though. You know, working in the shop, hanging out. You know.
That's it.
Absolutely.
If Cruz was here, he would still be out there running.
Oh, heck yeah. Awesome.
Cruz came to Cash and says, hey, I need a bigger motor. So Cash went. We got a local RC shop called RC Hobbies over in Huntsville, Alabama. We went over there, and he's got him tell me if I'm right, is this the
Mamba X? Yep.
Or Mamba?
Yes, sir.
X.
Yeah, so he's got him a big motor in there and stuff.
Yep. And badass
for these guys that are getting into this that don't know nothing about it yet, if you're going to look for something like this, you want to run sensor brushless stuff. It's going to be your best bet. It don't have to be, but that's where you're going to get your low end sensitive crawling is going to be in that censored brushless stuff. So absolutely. Anybody out there that's trying to get into this and wants to drop a little bit of money and don't mind to spend a little bit.
I mean, what's that setup cost, Jonathan?
About 200.
$200. You can be in a motor and an ESC for about $200. Amazon all day. You can order them off Amazon all day for about $230.
And that's like an LSX 454 with a blower on it, man. For $200.
That's a Bubba Bacon big block.
For $200. Yeah, that's what I love about this sport.
That's a lot of power, and the wheel speed's nice. It's awesome to have to play with, but 3,800 to 4,000 is more than you're going to need in doing what we're doing.
Definitely. Like, I got way too much. I got 4,600 kV, okay. But with a sensor, like you were saying, I can run that much.
Cash has always had too much motor. But on what other than the little 800 there.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I as a father have done is tried to give him more than he needs for him to understand throttle control. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's the same concept as the big buggies and the razor bouncers and stuff. You know, I mean, you got to have control of your machine in order to do this stuff.
Absolutely.
I know that there's several different things you can do. Cash, what is the piece that you bought the other day that you hook up Bluetooth to your phone?
Yes.
Castle B-Link.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
I'm learning all this stuff.
Tuning on your iPhone. Tuning the motor on your iPhone, man. It's awesome.
But, I mean, you know, get it to where it can go right into reverse, you know, when you touch it, and you can change your settings and all that stuff. I mean, it's pretty impressive what all they got for these cars.
Absolutely. Let's see. Austin Godinez from the 1.9 Tire Mafia up there in Kansas City. Thank you for watching, sir. Trip Pullen says, was the Cash running for a part? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course it was, Trip.
Yeah,
and the good thing about it is I don't have to fix them.
Justin Hoback says it's like 5,000 horsepower in a 1-to-1. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, 4,600 is just enough, Mr. Sean Keller. Brad Spears, thank you for watching, sir. Hey, listen, last year after finals, I visited Castle. I actually went to Kansas City and visited Castle. I brought in a motor that was smoked, and they got me a new one. Great customer service. I was told by their techs they recommend the 3800 can, which is just below the 4600. And the reason why is they say that it's got, because of the size of the motor, it's just got a little bit more torque and not too bad, less the power for the for wheel speed. So, but yeah, 3800 to 4600 is perfect for rock bouncing. Absolutely. Ben Hume says gear down, volt up. That's gearing down. He's talking about your pinion gear, your spur gear. He says the hills look dope. He says,
yeah, I think didn't you broke a shaft or something on your motor the other day?
Yeah.
Smoked a.
Lined up correctly.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, absolutely. We all have done that. Absolutely.
And that's going back to the big bouncer. I mean, same concept.
Yep.
You know? I mean, your ring gear and pinion, all that has to be set, and it's pretty wild how they. I was amazed that when Cash had one of the axles apart, of how much it resembles
the lockers.
Yeah, the real thing.
Absolutely. I mean, the gear, the ring and pinion, and the spool just look exactly like 1-to-1. Absolutely.
That's right.
Yep. Curtis Hazard. Okay, guys, going back down to the hills. Test subject needs some test runs along with the hills. Hills look awesome, guys. Have a great day. Curtis, thank you so much for joining, man. Love having you on the show. Yeah, Sean Keller agrees. Gear up, volt up. That's what Sean says. Hey, and that's the other thing, John, is, we're doing this stuff coast to coast now, man. From Seattle to New Hampshire and everywhere in between. It's freaking awesome.
Let Bag show us how to do it here.
Ben Hume says, I run a 3800 and a 2700. Both rip. It's all about your gearing and battery. Yes, sir. Yep. Cash told us in his reveal of his latest buggy that he's running 4S, and I think that's pretty much becoming the standard now. 4S being the battery size, John. I know that we're kind of talking, the lingo. Hey, and that's the other thing too, is we've got our own lingo now, man. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not up to par, but I guess I'm gonna have to get up to par.
Oh, you will. Yeah, absolutely. Just being around it. I mean, it's
right.
And having Cash being so involved.
Oh yeah, man! I tell you though, I mean the chargers and everything. You really need to kind of know what you got,
yep.
Or you can really mess something up in just a matter of seconds,
Yep.
Burn something down.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Gotta be careful with them batteries. Absolutely.
I know Cash had a accidentally poked one of those batteries, and I tell you what, it put a smell and odor off of my office. I thought I was going to kill him.
Oh boy. Hey, you know, RC 4-wheel drive actually offers Raceline wheels, you know,
Right.
which I think is pretty cool.
There you go. There you go.
Clyde Bynum is watching.
What's up, Clyde?
Hey, Clyde, we might need to start a little series here and go down and visit the LeCroy compound. These hills are nasty.
What's crazy is, I mean, they keep flipping on it, but I mean, it is doable.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of the problem.
Yep. John's got it.
All right, let's see if Beck can climb it.
Hey, you know, another thing, too, that I was going to ask, because these hills are so large, does everybody watch do you drive just from down on the bottom, or do you climb up like halfway up the hill so you can see?
You can. We got several places up here. Is a big flat spot. We'll actually, when we have the race, we'll take and make a place that you can stand from midway up the hill.
Okay.
So you can choose to whether to stand up there or you can walk up it as well.
Yep.
Because I know if I were driving, I'd be wanting to be right beside it.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't allow drivers on the hill, and because of like filming and stuff like that, we don't allow you to like walk behind it up the hill or whatever. But I try to get guys to be able to stand so they can see at least half each side. You know what I mean?
Let's see what Beck can do right here.
I have a dream when I have my ranch down there in Texas to build something like what you got here, and I want to build steps into the hill so you can climb right up and, you know, be comfortable. It's not hard. Anybody can do it, you know, from kids to older people.
You said it a while ago, man. You gotta have patience.
Hey, Robert Tabor says this is what it's all about. Love it. Met the guys out there in King of Hammers, complete strangers.
All we're doing is
Sat there and shot the shit. Bubba and Cash on the hill, cheering everyone on. With them was great. The LeCroy is a great bunch of folks. Can't wait to see y'all again. Keep up the drive and ambition, Cash. You're the man. Thank you, Robert. Robert out there in California, man. He's been supporting us since the beginning. Got to race his first race at the King of the Hammers race. Man, we've been hovering right around 20 to 30 viewers. This is awesome, you guys. I really appreciate it. Is Bubba done? Dragon Slayer?
Hey, Bubba, they want to know, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done, man. I've got to do something.
His mechanic's driving right now.
Yeah.
Let's see what Cash can do right here. Jonathan's got that the jump of the sledge figured out.
Yep. There it is.
And this all goes back to in which I think this hill y'all climbed this hill before, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, Cash has got it. Look.
I'm trying to give y'all the best view I can. It's really hard. Because we're in the sun and I can't see my screen.
Oh, no, it's good, dude. You're doing good. Jesse Stark, thank you for joining. Colton Hoback says, I want some of that hill. Absolutely. Absolutely. Brian Prusa, thanks for joining us, sir.
Can y'all see Jonathan up here? He's
got it.
He's making some forward progress now.
There it is. Just a little bump.
Too much.
Yep. Hey, so going back to the B-Link and tuning the ESC and stuff, you can get that thing dialed in, man. You can mess with the throttle control and everything, like the power band, if you will. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, it's almost like having your own dyno there.
It absolutely is, yeah. They make electric motor dynos. I've actually thought about getting one. Matthew Nix, thanks for watching, sir. Colton Holback says the cap was going to whoop on that. Yes, sir. Colton on the podium at the King of the Hammers.
Now we've also got a little. Let's go over here to the rock crawling before y'all break something. Oh, Cash is up there. Let's see what he does. I want to carry you over here. We got some rocks. We got off a job, and I've already been told I can't sell them. So no, they aren't for sale. They're for rock crawling, for RC cars. And we're at. Bass got his excavator here today, and there you go.
We're gonna have to do some work up there. That
Yeah,
spot's
that
good.
top foot and that
It's a
little
little bit out of range.
We're gonna have to make it where a Holback can climb it.
Colton says he set the throttle curve for him. Yep. A good Colton, absolutely.
All right, we're walking over here to where we've got some large rocks, just little rock crawling.
Yep, cool. They do that at the Texas RC Rock Racing Series. They have like a halftime show, as either a show and shine or a rock crawl event.
Hey, this is the hill that y'all seen a bunch of videos of Cash going up in his Razor buggy.
Yep.
Let's see what Beck does here. Check that out. Isn't that cool?
That's crazy. It's hard not to want to climb that stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. It's not. I'm going to port my Port Ranger over there.
Yeah.
I got bored the other day during this quarantine, and I just felt like I could climb it in my Ranger.
Yeah.
And I attempted it a couple times. And really and truly, man, props off to Polaris Razor, because I've got a video and I'm not going to share it. But the Ranger made it almost to the top. One tire was going and one tire was saying no. And all it took was a little bit going to the left. And the Ranger and I came tumbling down the hill, the North Star. And you got to think, man, those North Stars have windows, doors, AC heat. Man, that thing took a hard lick on the left driver's side. Yeah. And, man, I was blown away with how it withstood the deal. It flipped all the way over one and a half times, and it's pretty wild how tough they are.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, first of all.
Oh, I always wear my seatbelt.
Yep, good.
So you kind of tell what we got here. This is just a little bit of rock course here.
Heck yeah, man.
It's kind of fun to play on.
You get Cash to build you one of those moon buggies that Campbell builds.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be cool?
I've got blueprints for one. If you want them, I'll send it over to you.
Rock ledge.
So, John, you what kind of business are you in? You know what I'm saying? You say you got these rocks.
Well, we do. I've always been fascinated playing in the dirt since I was a little kid.
Okay.
So I started buying some equipment, and we got an excavator. I started out doing lawn care and landscaping, and kind of graduated from that. Went to the excavating a while back, and so we move dirt and hammer rock and all that fun stuff, and which is great for what we do. And what's funny is, man, if you really go and look at a lot of the people that race, you'd be surprised at how many of them work in the dirt. I was blown away myself at how many of the guys actually, what their occupations are. And it kind of makes you wonder. People are just all the time. Yeah, I know myself and my guys, we always put ourselves in situations and machinery that, you really got to pay attention, know what you're doing. And it's kind of the same principle with these rock bouncers and RC cars.
Yep.
It's almost like you're training every day, even at work.
Yeah, that's awesome. Robert Tabor, who's made that great comment about King of the Hammers, he brings his bouncer with us. He works on like the water lines and stuff for the town, for the city or whatever.
Yes,
So he brings it with him. You know, he's always outside, and he finds toys and goes and plays on his lunch break. So when I asked you, you know, what your occupation was, Colton Hoback says you're an adult film star.
Yeah, I guess so. We actually enjoyed it. If I ever die, somebody's got to get my phone because I've got some really good video footage on there. I'm all the time videotaping, and we've been putting some things together here lately. With I didn't realize that iMovie was so easy to use on the iPhone.
Yes.
And thank goodness it is, because all the videos that you see of Cash or any of Cash's buddies and stuff, like the nitty gritty race, the first race, that was just something we kind of threw together, and it was all done on the cell phone.
Nice. Awesome.
So there's no excuse that you can't make a good video, because I promise you, I can't even turn a computer on. So,
nice.
So we're going to head back over here to the tent. We'll get over here. We got some trucks that are actually working today. We've had rain here in Alabama for the past 2.5 months, and now we're dealing with, of course, the quarantine.
Yep.
And they're actually shutting us down at 5 today.
Yep. Okay.
So we're trying to take advantage of this beautiful weather and get some things done.
Amen. Absolutely. That's awesome.
But anyhow, and you kind of see how big these hills are with those vehicles over there.
Oh, definitely. No doubt about it.
That puts it in perspective.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, they're doable. With John helping you guys out, I mean, because I know he's passionate about this. I know he's passionate about this.
What at the end of the day, it's all about having fun.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
Granted, if you win, it's that much funner. But if we can come over here and everybody enjoy themselves, then that's a score for me.
Oh,
and
most definitely.
Everybody else.
Most definitely.
So we got several different deals. You know, when we come to race here, we're going to spend the day here and let everybody come out and play. And people that don't have RC cars, hopefully we'll have some here. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Bubba's sitting on ready.
Set on kill.
That's it.
Yep. Absolutely.
But we would like to try to get other people involved in it and see how fun it is. You know, I mean, there's one of my guys standing here behind me right now that drives for me, low boy and dump truck, and he's gotten out here, man. He's gotten addicted to it already.
It's addicting. So, it is.
Oh, it's very addicting. That's why I don't do it.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I can afford another RC car.
Hey, Cash, what are you using for tube? Are you using solid tube or are you using brake lines? What are you using?
Solid rod.
Okay. Do you
316.
have you weighed have you weighed it at all?
Cash, have you weighed that one?
No, sir.
Okay.
But it's lighter than a stock plastic bomber cage.
Okay.
But now this one he built here, I mean, man, this is totally, and you got to understand, man, this is totally his design and his idea.
No, absolutely. And the next one with the jig.
To me, it looks kind of like a TC chassis.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, man, Cash has watched TC videos. His whole life on YouTube, you know, and he's a big TC fan, and Timmy has a big part, you know, to do with a lot of Cash's stuff. I mean, the whole standback thing. Timmy it's actually at Busted Knuckle right now, and Jake Berkey is actually wiring and plumbing it.
Nice.
He called me yesterday, of course, for some more money, and
that's always the game.
Yeah, that's it. But standback should be ready.
Awesome.
As far as the wire and plumbing does here in about 2 more weeks, and then it's going to go to Timmy's shop, and they're going to, we tried to put the buggy back together identical the way Timmy had it, same motor and everything. We toned the horsepower down just a little bit from 1,400 to 1,200.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, what would y'all think to be 11 years old in a vehicle like that?
Yep.
I mean, that's.
Hey, Colton Hoback says I watch Cash videos on YouTube, so Cash is watching Timmy, and the Hobacks are watching Cash. That's what I love about this family, man. That's what it's all about. That is so.
It really is.
It really is. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
If we can help out, I've always been blown away. No matter if it's the big bouncer razor race or the RC races,
Yep.
man. if somebody breaks apart, more than likely somebody's going to have it there at the race, you know?
Yeah.
And they don't mind lending a hand. Like I said, the holdbacks, man, those dudes right there, I think they got a roll around store with them.
They do.
Yep.
Thank God.
It's amazing. It's amazing, the stuff that people carry and know what they need, and how friendly everyone is to help out.
Like Bubba said, he just kind of got into this, and he feels welcome, and everybody's is so helpful and stuff, and that's what it's all about, man. That's what I promote. That's what I want out of all of this.
Right.
Hey, and listen, y'all have my 5,000% support. Whatever you guys need, whatever I can do, I want to do it. If I can be there to help, whatever it takes, let's do it.
Speaking of that, Nick, where is it you're from?
I'm in Tucson.
Tucson, that's Arizona,
yes,
man. Hey, props off to you, because I know that every SRS race I've been to, I think I've seen you there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, no matter where it is, man, I don't know how you manage that, afford that, or whatever, but I know that's a long way, and I know all of us here appreciate you and the time that you've done with this and working with Clyde and some of the other guys. I mean, it's props off to you, man. Thanks.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. It just so happened that I was in the perfect spot. I just retired out the military, and I was in a position financially where I really didn't have to work, and I just started going to races. I went to finals in 2018, talked to Clyde, and we started the race season first thing Texas, man. That's where I saw y'all first. And
that was really cool. I think I remember. Weren't you on the live feed 2018?
Probably. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about 2018, but definitely 2019. I've been on the live feed. Yeah, for sure.
I got you.
Yep.
Well, we it works better if everybody joins hands and kind of gets together and makes this thing go. Absolutely. I mean, same thing with the big bouncers and stuff. I mean, it all evolved by all of us, or all the people that put it together, and it's the same thing with this. So,
hey, this is the foundation. I talked to the Kellers in Oregon, Curtis in New Hampshire. Everybody coast to coast, the Hobacks. And what we're doing here, this is setting the foundation. We're starting it now, and as it grows, everybody grows together. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing to be a part of it. Amazing to be a part of it.
It really is.
So,
the Cash is over here working on his.
Yeah, did you break an axle, Cash? What happened there?
Wheel pin.
Okay.
What? And that's the question I'd like to ask you guys, because the only feedback I get is from Cash, and he is 11, and I know he has a lot of relationship with a lot of you guys online and stuff, and it's funny for me because I kind of control Cash LeCroy Racing, and Cash has his own Facebook page and stuff, and post and message and stuff like that, and I kind of what goes on his messenger comes through on my phone as well. I see all these conversations and relationships he's building with these guys. It's awesome, really. I mean, it's funny to know, what they're talking about. But my question is, like on these axle pins, is there just a standard axle pin? Is there an axle pin that's better than others? Are they made to break to keep from breaking something else? So what's the deal with it?
Well, I would definitely hit up Deluxe Fab.
Yeah.
They build some pretty nasty wheel pins.
Really, okay.
Deluxe, yeah, for sure. Locked Up RC build some pretty stout spools, drive pins, stuff like that. They're heavy into the hardcore part of the RC racing scene.
Right.
So,
and I know like that Holback, he's building the new skid plates and stuff. Yep. It seems like everybody's putting their hands in this thing and coming out with new and better parts.
Absolutely. And
to withstand.
And when we started this, that's what I knew was going to happen. We had to evolve because look at the hills that you guys got right now.
Right.
If you were to,
everything always gets bigger.
Absolutely, it gets bigger. But just like the 1-to-1, it's the same thing as a 1-to-1. Sean,
that's awesome.
Sean Keller says we run gears up 4600 kV and Vanquish pins. Vanquish Products is another good place to get parts from.
Vanquish.
Yep.
I've been ordering stuff from there.
Yep. Good.
Vanquish. Yeah, I was gonna say I've recognized that name.
Hey, and check this out too.
Yeah, on my credit cards. PayPal.
RPP Hobby. They're out of California. They do a 10% discount every single month. So
Really?
if the 10% discount right now is APR 10, April 10, okay, APR 10, you get 10%
Now,
off.
where do you find that? Where do you find those discounts at?
So
Nick?
when you go to check out, it'll say coupon code or something like that just below like all the info. You just type in APR 10, and it gives you 10% off. So
APR 10.
APR 10, and you can when you go on there, there's a big button on the top that says deals or something here. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna pull it up so y'all can see it. I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it. All right, so you guys should be seeing it here in just a second. There's about a 7-second delay. All right, so I just went to RPP Hobby here, waiting for it to catch up. Fred Klingers, thank you for joining, sir. So RPP Hobby, if you look up here, it says Save Big coupons. And
Bubba, what do you think about it?
Oh, dude.
Bubba had been over. He hadn't been over here in the past couple of days.
Yeah, it's you guys have been at work for sure. I think
is Showtime in working order?
Showtime is out of commission right now with a drive shaft problem, but a buddy here is gonna fix me up. We'll be back running here shortly.
MIP for
it's probably you.
Probably.
Definitely the Ot 6 Racing
Is it? I do that all
drive
the time.
shafts as well.
Hey, what about the shocks, Nick? I mean, I know.
I want to run the Proline Power Stroke.
That's
I
what
know,
I'm-
like
that's what I'm-
on the big buggy, really anything, man. Shocks has just became the key to a lot of this rock bouncing. Keeping the tires on the ground, keeping the momentum going forward and stuff. Are there a lot of options out there as far as shocks go?
Yes, sir. And again, like Cash said, the Proline Power Strokes are pretty much the standard.
Now, is that what you've got over here, Jonathan?
Yeah, that is what I run, but I tell you, as far as the length that seems to be the right length, I run the XLs on the rear of the Bomber, the XTs, they're extra travel.
Yep.
I think they're a 5-inch shock, and then that gives you the amount of length of travel you need to get out of them, and then I run the slash rears in the front.
Yep.
110
110
I
millimeter.
don't. Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't have the tender springs on the front. I run them without the tender springs. I make them real soft. That's just the way I like.
You said you
car
had a
set
Bomber
up.
spring up here?
Yeah, I've got a aftermarket Bomber, stock Bomber spring that you can order aftermarket.
I mean, I've been noticing, Nick, these guys are cutting tires.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Same thing,
I mean,
dude.
cutting tires, and I mean, he's got to cut bogger. There they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to find them. Cut boggers, cut TSLs.
Cut stickies. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Travis Skelton watching today. Thank you, Travis.
We need to put Travis in the buggy. I know he's a wide open driver. I'd like to see what he could do
Amen.
sometime. We might have to put him in a little sponsored buggy one race.
Yes, sir. Please.
Timmy too. Timmy needs to have one of his.
Amen. Amen. Hey, listen, the Hobacks have the menaced RC buggy.
Ah, it's a sweet ride
Yep.
too.
It is. And Justin's getting that thing dialed in. It's going to be a bad mofo. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. Colton Hoback. Sean Kelly. Sean Keller says, what wheel pins are you running? I'm assuming they're the factory axle ones. Axial.
I'm sure it is, and you got to understand we're learning all this stuff.
Yep.
I mean, we're starting the same process that we started with the razors.
Yep.
So
We did the same thing. Man. Absolutely. I've been there.
What was that you said?
Colton Hoback
talking about the
said,
axle pins, he asked what axle pins you're running.
just soft.
Yeah, just the stock axial ones. Colton
Whatever
Hoback's.
I can find, really, actually.
I think that was a
Whatever he can make.
I think that was a cut off drill bit he just put in there. It was
It was a cut off.
Fill her
A
up.
cut off bolt.
There's no quitting, Cash. Okay.
No,
Let
man,
me just
absolutely
tell
not. Colton Hoback says,
right.
I have the best luck so far with Capra hexes with drive shaft pins. So the drive shaft
Okay.
pins are a little bigger. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's good. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. The innovation, the changing stuff.
Networking, man.
Absolutely.
Networking.
Sharing stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
Are the Capra pins smaller than the axial bars?
Colton, you
I
still
found some
watching?
on Amazon that are actually that has a set screw that goes through it. Hoback was telling me about them, and
Like the drop shell?
I mean, it's one of them deals where you're going to build everything to the point to where you're going to break stuff you don't want to break.
Right,
So I don't mind the wheel pin breaking. That's literally a 3-minute fix.
Yep.
So I'd rather break a wheel pin than snap an axle shaft.
Unless you gotta go and make one.
Yeah, as long as you got tons of them laying in the toolbox, you're good.
Yep.
And I'll tell you one thing I've noticed too is, for instance, on the standback chassis that Emery Works built. Emery Works built that buggy for us, and man, props off of that dude. I think gosh, how long's he been in the game?
Long time.
Long time.
Yep.
I mean, he's one of the originals, and just being that guy is pretty impressive. But he built the standback chassis for us. That was kind of a surprise for Cash.
Awesome.
It actually started. We had, gotten on his build list, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But that dude, he's got some.
Backed up with.
Yeah, he's got a backed up list for sure. But with the standback buggy, when we got it, we started. Cash started ordering, billet axles, billet this, billet that, and man, it was. You think you got all the best parts on there you got, but when you got it, you got a heavy car.
Yes. Yeah.
And one thing that Cash has been trying to decide is what is more important. We're doing the racing type stuff that we do.
Yep.
And we've been really impressed. I mean, nothing against the billet stuff. I mean, it is bulletproof and awesome. But when we're going up some of these hills over here that they're going up, I mean, you got weight and gravity.
Yep.
And momentum. And so it's kind of what's cool about it is you really need to decide on what you're doing with your car and what you're trying to accomplish in order to build your car. And that's the neat part about it. It's just getting creative and using your imagination, your mind and stuff on the whole aspect of it,
Absolutely.
The one that Cash just built, I mean, he kind of told me, he's like, man, I want to keep this as light as possible. That's why he went with the plastic bomber axles and tried to keep the plastic, bomber skid plate, and pretty much just bolt the chassis onto the stock bomber. And I think he did some aftermarket trailing arms and link bars and I think a motor and servo, and that's about all he's got on this one, and has enjoyed it a lot, and props out to him because it actually holds up pretty well.
Yep. Rear steer. Love it.
Yeah, and he didn't do rear steer on this. I was asking him, I was like, man, why don't you put rear steer on this?
I
And
can't keep it like straight, and like whenever it goes loose, and I'll be gassing it up a hill, it turns me sideways. That's what I don't want.
Yeah. Huh.
Rear steering's nice, man, but at the same time, you can't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, Bubba says it's really nice, but you can overcompensate, and that's another thing to have to figure out how to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as long as you don't use it, it's there. But I think some people overuse it sometimes,
Well, just like for instance, when they went over to the rocks a minute ago, I think in a situation like that, it would probably be more beneficial.
That's like when I was running standback with rear steer, I could get off of it too. But I was running it over there on the crawler course with rear steer, and it killed it over there. But when it got up on those hills, it get loose and it go crooked, and it would. Once again, it goes back to what are you planning on doing with them?
Absolutely.
And that's just a decision that you need to make.
Yep.
But
Travis Skelton says, "How y'all doing today? It would be great to try." Travis, we absolutely want to see you racing with us, brother. Please.
Absolutely, man. The more the merrier.
Congrats on the new baby. Hope everybody's happy and healthy over there.
Travis, we got the chassis manufacturer here, and I'll do all the wrenching you need. So you get in line, and we'll get you one fast.
Absolutely, we'll come together and make it happen. Let's see. Colton says same size, just hardened like MIP. That's what he's talking about as far as those Capra hexes and drive shaft pins.
Okay.
Colton, will that work for an AR-60 though? That's a different axle. Same? Is it the same diameter?
You just do what you want. Yeah.
Sure. I'll see if I got another one of them bolts.
What's that?
Hey, you guys, are you guys building a parts depot, if you will, like all of us do? You got a bunch of screws.
Yeah, I think that's a must.
Yeah, absolutely, you got to, man.
Well, Cash's biggest problem is when his parts wind up laying all in the floor, or
I think most of his spare parts come off your buggy.
I know. I don't even have my bomber anymore. I don't even know where it is. So.
It's right here.
Well, there you go. There you have it, guys.
Yeah.
I guess I've sponsored him once again.
Yeah. Colton Hoback says yes, it is. So it's all the same size. Colton's have good luck with the Capra hexes. Thanks for sharing that with us, Colton. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. And these guys are racing right next to you, and they're sharing their secrets. I love it. Robert Tabor, Robert Tabor is the man. If you need parts, or he is a hunter gatherer, if you will. He's our hunter gatherer for sure.
There you go.
Well, good man. We've been going for about an hour and a half. It feels like it's been like 10 minutes. Does anybody out there have any questions for Cash or Bubba or John? This has been a.
Nobody wants to know how short my shoulders are.
This is Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Like that 12-millimeter head.
Real men wear shorts.
We've been on here an hour and a half. Time flies, don't it, when you're having fun?
Real men wear shorts that don't go past your knees.
That's right. That's right.
I was in the Army, man. I
I
earned these legs. So I show them off.
Hey, appreciate your service, man.
Oh no,
for sure.
Hey, we got Kyle Wolf watching now from the Wolf Pack.
All right.
Colton Hoback says, I have a question. All right, go, Colton. What do you got for us?
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah.
Hey, how far is Colton from y'all? I know, John, you're
He's
right up the
about
road.
two and a half.
Okay.
No, not far enough away for us to drive up there and pay him a visit, depending on the question he asked.
I told you, Nick. I told you I'd be catching some heat for that.
Yeah. Colton Hoback says, can you please get back off the hills?
Back on them or off?
Off
Hey,
the hills.
we might not let these guys compete.
Look, I'm going. We'll have a different race hill. We won't be on that hill for a race hill. Or
That was too hard.
Wait,
We got fine tuning,
it's
man.
going to be changed a little
Yeah,
bit. We're
yeah.
fixing to do some work.
I would really like to try to. I was telling Jonathan, those big rocks y'all saw over there that they were crawling on.
Yeah.
I'd really like to try to incorporate some of those in the hill, like
They'll come in
on
droves,
the,
man. They will come in
on
droves.
the big hill over.
Yeah.
You not showing some flash spots.
Robert Tabor says, noticed that was just going to leave those shorts alone.
I hear you. That's fine.
Nick, do you drive them or just talk? Hey, man, look, this show is about all of us hanging out. We're all under quarantine. This is a family show, so if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
That's right. Don't hold back.
Colton Hoback says 4 hours to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess
He's fishtailing now. I
He
think it's
lives
about
in
2.5.
Mississippi, though.
Justin, I think, is in.
Yeah,
Nashville?
Right, yeah. Nashville or somewhere.
I get them confused. Which one of those
Justin's
were?
in Nashville, I think.
Colton's in Mississippi.
Yeah, up there.
He's
yeah,
over there.
yeah.
He's over there close to that trip pulling guy. Know that.
Colton
Clyde Bynum.
Yep. Colton says, I'm just messing. Dylan Patton, D-Pat's Photography in the house.
Uh-oh, D-Pat.
Yes, sir.
We love D-Pat,
When-
man. That dude right there.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
is,
man.
He is the stuff.
Hey,
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have a lot of cool pictures of Cash doing this
you
thing.
ain't kidding. He is a On the Hill with Nick and Friends sponsor. has always supported RC rock bouncing.
And then Black Dog gets some.
Black
gets
Dog
some
too.
offers.
Yep.
Black
Both of
Dog.
them.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I tell you, we of course Bust a Knuckle, Mad Ram, Big Hill. What's some of the other one? High
Octane Films. Yeah, another sponsor of the show. I mean, just
props out to all those guys, man. I know that they really.
Almost getting hit scary.
That's right.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's I bet that's a challenge being up there and catching the footage. And me myself, I've tried doing videoing for Cash on his personal stuff, and it's you really got to be creative to get in the right angle, the sun be in the right spot, and all that stuff. And man, those guys out there, all these weekends doing that stuff, man, hats off to them. Because if it weren't for those guys, hey, nobody would be able to see it.
We wouldn't know it. We wouldn't know about it. Absolutely. Dylan Patton, when are we going to see an epic video for the General Lee in the background?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's going to be a special event, and it's coming.
Hey, if you want to do it on this show, I would be honored.
We're going to do something.
Good.
I tell y'all, we actually have. You're talking about the videos and stuff. We have a whole documentary of us at King of the Hammers and the drive home and everything, and we were actually.
We're just waiting for the right time.
Yeah, that's right. Waiting for the right time. But man, it's pretty comical. Some of the footage that we got of out there and on the way home.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting.
Haley,
and that's the thing, man. We're all about having fun here. We work hard. I've been working all morning, and Nick, I mean, you called to go over this, earlier, and Cash and I were out at Dart last night. I say at Dart. Legally, we're before dusk, moving excavators and hauling dirt and that kind of stuff. Just trying to get everything done so we can take this time today, be with you guys on here. And it's one thing about it is we like to have fun and enjoy a good time, be around good folks, and that's why we choose to do what we do with you guys and be a part of this family. And it's pretty cool because it is a family. I mean, we've got our RC family, we got our big bouncer family, and then we got our at home family. And it's
they all come together.
Cool.
They all come together. They all mesh. It's awesome.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
That's it.
Haley Hoback says Justin is closer. I'm sending Justin and Clara to quarantine with y'all next weekend.
Tell them to come on. We'll put them up.
Garrett Brooks is watching. Thank you for watching, sir. Dylan Patton. Ooh, I love when them cars frizz by. Yeah, Dylan definitely puts himself, in the danger zone,
harm's
if you will.
way.
Yeah, absolutely. But he gets the good shots, man. That's how you get the good shots. You gotta sacrifice for sure.
I'm just Jim, but my whole
Well, good deal, guys. Hey, I don't want to. Is there anybody got any more questions for these guys? This has been a good show.
We're about ready to go hit the lake and cool off.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What's the date for the next race? You want to kind of throw that out there if we haven't? I don't know if we have.
Well, the April race for Bikini Bottoms has been canceled. They're kind of going race by race. They haven't canceled the season or whatever. Wildcat was going to be rescheduled, and then again Bikini Bottoms was canceled last week. So I'm just kind of standing by. Nitty gritty though. Nitty gritty. Are y'all racing?
Well, and the thing about it is, I don't know how us being an Alabama man, we're always like the last one to know anything.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I want this show to be. If I'm out in front of you guys enough, then we can keep all that. You know what I mean? That keep the information coming in. So.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're planning on. I think Jonathan has a race he's putting on here April the
25th. We're trying. Yesterday, Alabama got put on shutdown yesterday too, so they're getting a little bit tighter on what's going on here. They're trying to get everybody down to minimum of 10 people and keeping everything kind of closed down now. So we're trying our best to pay attention and abide by the regulations and be safe and keep everybody else safe.
Yep, that's
and,
right. We talked about that on our show.
We're trying to still keep a little bit of fun happening at the same time.
Yep,
so
right.
we're going to try to stick to our 25th schedule. But
and we'll see what the rules and regulations are. You know, I mean, we are outside. You know, that's one benefit that we do have for us, is that we're outside and we got plenty of space. So, you know, if we're able to maintain and make this thing happen, we're going to do it and enjoy it and have fun. So, y'all just stay tuned. I guess on, you know, Nick's pages, Jonathan's pages, Cash's page, all the guys involved in this stuff, and we'll try to make it happen if at all possible.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, man, you have my every bit of support. So I don't care if I got to fly in there and help build the hills myself, brother. That's what it's all about.
We know you're good at that.
Yes, sir.
Props out to you for what you've done so far, and thank you, Nick, for all you've done.
Hey, love it. Love y'all, man. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for making this show what it is now, and I can't wait we're going to have you back on for sure. We're going to gather again. Absolutely.
Look forward to it. See you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Cash, thank you so much. Jonathan, both Johns.
Thank you. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
All right, see y'all.
Yes,
Take care.
Well, all right, everybody. That is it for this one. Man, what a show. Thanks, guys. Great show. Pleasure hanging out. Absolutely, Robert. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. No doubt about it. I love that all y'all are here. I think we got upwards of 30 or 40 people in here today, so that's a big deal for me. Well, I'm going to sign off. Chase, thank you for joining us, sir. We will see y'all on the hill very soon. Tune in. We're going to take tomorrow off, but on Monday, we are going to have Mr. Bouncer Life himself, Mr. Brian Bebo Watts. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be 5 o'clock Pacific time. It should be 8 o'clock Eastern. So definitely check that out. Again, thank you guys so much. And we will see you on the hill very soon.